All about Fox and Friends starts right now. Greater than legal battles continues as the Trump administration appealing a California judge ruling against ICE immigration tactics marijuana farm raid in the state last week. Greater than Brian, so much of this story. 2/3 of the media interested in. We are interested in the whole thing. Doug Luzader is live in Washington with the details. Greater than Brian, Ainsley and Lawrence, good morning. The administration is pushing back really hard first of all against this federal judge in California with the Secretary of Homeland Security calling that ruling ridiculous. The judge granted temporary restraining orders last week in California, banning agents from targeting people based on race, their language, or their workplace. The administration says that misheard what they were doing. And an appeal is in the works. And we are learning more from the administration about some of the more than 300 immigrants that were arrested at that California cannabis farm last week. One, we're told, had been convicted of kidnapping, attempted rape, and attempted child meteorologist, and he was actually deported back in 2006. Another convicted of rape and DUI, and the list goes on with other DUI and burglary convictions. The Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, says illegal immigrants need to self-deport. Greater than what I would encourage everybody is that if they're concerned about being in this country illegally, go home. Go home. I have traveled to 10 different countries and worked with their governments from these countries where they come from and said when they come home, would you start programs for them to be welcomed back to their own country? Many of them are setting up programs so that when their people come home they can get a loan for a house. Greater than Noem says ICE is working to get what she calls the worst of the worst off the streets. Back to you guys. Greater than Brian. Doug, thanks so much. What is so amazing is they talk about this guy sadly fell. Greater than Ainsley, 30 feet. He climbed up on top of the greenhouse and fell down. Greater than Brian. What are you running from? You could raid my house tomorrow and ICE could come in there and wear masks, and even if they wanted to take me, I'm not running. I have nothing to run from. Number 2 is, what they seem to be missing in the story, why they were there, what they found when they got there. They care about the kids in Texas and they should, but they don't care about the kids WHO were found on this place. I mean, they find 14 kids WHO, 14 children WHO are potentially in forced labor. Greater than Ainsley, and trafficking and exploitation. Greater than Lawrence, 9 of them were unaccompanied minors. We have been reporting for years what is going on at the border and kids are missing. Hell, maybe the kids are missing. Maybe they are across the country working at different locations. Greater than Ainsley. Look at that video there. The president said he watched in disbelief as thugs threw rocks and bricks at ICE officers or official vehicles. Tremendous damage was done to brand new vehicles. I know for a fact that these officers are having a hard time allowing this to happen. Shows total disrespect for law and order. Greater than Brian. This is the same people that brought you defund the police and deny they wanted to defund the police now look at ICE as, that's law enforcement. Senator Fetterman says it is absolutely farcical to say defund ICE and that's what you are doing. Among the migrants they found an illegal alien from Mexico convicted of kidnapping, illegal alien convicted of rape and DUI. Property damage. Another legal convicted 3 times for Bloomberg glare and DUI. Wood Brian, the co-founder of the Glass House Farms, is under violation for child labor violation. The co-founder. The president donated $10,000 to do so. California's Governor Gavin Newsom's 2018 campaign. Kristi Noem said 1 children were rescued from forced labor, exploitation and trafficking. So, Democrats, don't you care about those kids that were forced to work at a young age on a marijuana farm? Greater than Lawrence, this guy is shooting at the cops. Apparently over 500 of the field that were out there that were essentially, I don't know if you want to call them vigilantes or whatever, rioters that were going after cops. I am so worried about this. When you start shooting weapons at cops, it's only a matter of time this gets out of control. I think the president stating that was 100% accurate. People shooting at the cops, the bricks, stop the cars immediately and arrest them all. Greater than Brian. This is how backwards the mindset is in California. They are so used to being able to run through the border. Hire whoever they want. Give illegals college educations and free healthcare. They can't believe that there is actually an administration and there is a group of people that want to crack down on illegal criminals. And how about the mayor is giving cash assistance to families whose members she claimed could not work because they're afraid to go work because they could be arrested. Why would that be? Greater than these are our ICE agents. These are our law enforcement officers that risk their lives to do this. And they are pelt President rocks and broiks as they are trying to leave. Tom Homan was speaking on Saturday night down in Tampa, Florida, Turning Point USA Student Action Summit, and a heckler asked him if he was an MS-13 member. This is what Tom Homan said to defend our ICE workers. Greater than wait through 3 or 5 years. Greater than pardon me. Greater than are you an MS-13 member? It says so. Crowd boos. Greater than that's okay. That's okay. I got a question. No, I got a question for you. Greater than why don't you come up here and hand me that picture? Bring it. Cheers, chanting USA. Greater than they got more around the country. This guy wouldn't like to serve our nation. This guy ain't got the balls to be an ICE officer. He hasn't got the balls to be a border patrol ranger. This guy lives in his mother's basement. Only thing that surprises me, you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Get out of here, you loser. Laughter. Greater than Ainsley. He Earth later said I will be finished in my speech 1 minute and 15 seconds outside. Greater than Lawrence. What is he talking about? MS-13 Tom Homan. He was arrested, hundreds of them on the street. That's what this entire operation is about. This is why there is a BOUNTIY against Tom Homan from the gangs that are overseas that are also operating here in the United States. This is why Tom Homan has to have Secret Service protection. The first border czar ever to have that. So, I just don't get the whole accusation. Are you a part of MS-13? Greater than Ainsley. He had a big picture of Tom Homan's face that he was holding up. Come up on that stage and give me that picture. Greater than Brian. Again, judges are getting involved. Out in California they have ruled that ICE is picking up people because of the way they look and their accents. A judge bizarrely, I didn't read the arguments but I don't know anybody, I don't think the DOJ would say yeah, we are just looking at people with accents. He said no talking about distinguishing characteristics like tattoos and things of that nature. They appealed that decision. Right now, ICE is now limiting their operations. Greater than Lawrence. Here again you got these federal judges. The Supreme Court is already, Ainsley, checked all these local judges and said, listen, you can't make sweeping rulings that affect the entire country. And, yet again, you have Obama appointed judge that, Biden appoints dollars, I think doing the same thing. All over again. Greater than do you know what I think about when this judge says Donald Trump has to halt this temporarily in California in that area of LA. And a few other counties. Brought on by the ACLU. I think about what if they get a tip that there are children working at another plant. This was the second largest state facility busted under Donald Trump. The first one the first administration. Remember the chicken plant? 700 illegals arrested. They probably got a tip about this marijuana farm. They went there to arrest the people that are here illegally, especially those criminals. And to rescue the children. WHO are working on these farms. But I guess now they can't do that. Trump is appealing it. Greater than Brian, or appealing it today.